Hello, friend. This video is titled, Relax and Let Things Go. There is genius in relaxing and letting things go. Perhaps you overthink. Perhaps you worry too much. Perhaps you're full of fear, and perhaps you have anxiety. This video is for you. Luke 12, verse 29 says, from Jesus, as for you, do not seek what you are to eat and what you are to drink, and do not worry anymore. Do not worry anymore. I like that verse in the Message Bible. What I'm trying to do here is to get you to relax. Relax. Not be so preoccupied with getting so you can respond to God's giving. Jesus wants you to relax. God wants you to relax. Let things go more. And begin the habit of trusting and relaxing and not overthinking. Why? Proverbs 14, verse 30 in the Living Bible. A relaxed attitude lengthens your life. I want a longer life, not a shorter one. How about you? Anybody else? Definitely. You can lengthen your life by relaxing and trusting more and overthinking less. Back in July, pastor and author Joel Osteen announced the passing of his mother, Dodie Osteen, of natural causes. Not everyone knows that she was diagnosed in 1981 with terminal liver cancer. She went home and her pastor husband, John Osteen, spoke what is called a command prayer, commanding it to leave his wife's body. I had never heard of a command prayer at that time, but it makes sense from the Bible's point of view because Jesus commanded a fig tree to die, and it did. He commanded it to wither and die. Even the apostles in Acts chapter 3 commanded people's bodies to be healed. That's in Acts chapter 3. So Dodie would read and reread 3 John 1 verse 2, which says, Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers. A lot of so-called spiritual people, they're doing very well spiritually. They're all about God and spirituality and prayer and all this and worship music, but their health is not what it should be, and their finances are a mess. That's not God's will. That's not prospering. The Apostle John spoke what I feel is on God's heart when he said, I pray that you may prosper in all things, in all areas of your life, and be in health. That's God's will for you. So if you're not in good health, or if your finances are a mess, or if you can't keep a job, God wants to use this video and this time to help you get back on track. Because it is God's will and desire and yearning for you to prosper in every area of your life. So back to my story, Dodie Osteen would envision herself well. And she would see herself with her children grown, seeing them be married. And she did this because Jesus said in Mark 11:24, therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. She would see herself as having health, even though her body didn't have it yet. She made healing cards with healing Bible verses written on them. And she would put them in different places like her bathroom or her car, and she would read them out loud to herself throughout her day. You know, many of the Psalms were simply King David encouraging himself. Whenever she and John, her husband, would drive past a cemetery, she would declare Psalm 91:16 over her own life, which says, With a long life, he, God, will satisfy me and show me his salvation. She also wrote letters to everyone she felt that she needed to ask forgiveness of. Forgiveness is a key to healing. Jesus said in Mark chapter 11, that same chapter, forgive others so that God can forgive you. Unforgiveness, resentment, bitterness blocks God's blessings. It blocks his forgiveness. It blocks new things coming into your life. So that was all what Dodie Osteen did in 1981, and she died this year at age 91. So what she said in her words in Psalm 91:16, with a long life, he will satisfy me, it came to pass. Now, I'm not saying that everyone will definitely have the same exact results. I am saying very clearly that you and I are more likely to have these kinds of results if we follow these basic Bible teachings. In Matthew 9:21, as I mentioned in the previous video, the woman with the blood hemorrhage came up behind Jesus and said to herself, if only I touch his cloak, I will be healed. And she was healed. So her actions and her words, her thoughts, were as important as her prayers. Someone said, well, I prayed, but I don't know. I'm kind of worried. I haven't seen any results yet. I can't just pray once and expect it to be taken care of and then be full of worry and full of fear and full of anxiety. That's not how it works. My anxiety and worry and fear basically cancel out my faith. So Jesus never said, according to your prayers, it'll be done for you. He always said, according to your faith, it'll be done for you. So there is genius and brilliance in relaxing and letting things go. It works if you work it. And in my next video, I'm going to share with you exactly how. How do we relax and let things go? That's in the next video. Until then, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, if you know this is important, which it is, go ahead and smash that like button, and I'll see you in the next video.